بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear friends, welcome to Idea Foundation Forum. Today in lecture 305, we will discuss revival of dead land and resurrection of the man. As 41st issue under the Qur'an and Modern Sciences, rainfall is a significant part of the hydrological cycle. It makes distribution of fresh water possible throughout the earth, making it conducive for life. It plays crucial role in maintaining balance of the measured quantity of water on the earth. The divine order has set in photodissociation, recycling systems like photosynthesis, hydrocarbon, nitrogen, and oxygen cycles to provide the necessities of life which are otherwise deficient on the earth. Deficient. Among them, hydro or water cycle plays pivotal role, central role. Rain as major player of hydro cycle makes fresh water available throughout the land and maintains the measured quantity of water on the earth. It not only serves to sustain the earth and the life on it, but it also gives life to dead lands by virtue of its fertilizing features and plays important role in soil formation by way of rock weathering. All these facts have been revealed in the verses of Qur'an which have now been witnessed by science. The Qur'an offers revival of dead land by virtue of rain as a plausible argument in favor of resurrection of human body after death on the day of judgment. Let us discuss these facts in some detail. So, dear friends, the process of splitting and recombination of atomic particles through various recycling systems, nucleosynthesis and photosynthesis establishes the life, death and life recycling nature of the universe, its expansion and sustainability of all types of life on the earth. Distribution of the elements of matter among the universe, earth, humans, animals and plants is extremely uneven to their respective needs. Had the movement of these elements not been supported by the recycling and sharing system set by the divine order, sustainability of human, animals and plant life would have been impossible on the earth. Now look at it. The universe comprises of 90% hydrogen and almost 10% helium atoms, whereas the earth is endowed with hydrogen by only 0.14%, just one fraction of one, while the human body requires 10% of its total mass. Oxygen makes up 29.5% of the earth overall, while human need is 61% of its body. Oxygen is mostly derived through photosynthetic splitting of water on land or splitting of water vapors in the atmosphere by way of photodissociation. Likewise, carbon is 23% of human body, while it is about 0.1% of the earth mass. So little against the needs. We discussed these wonders of nature in several previous lectures. However, role of the rain in bringing down such life sustaining elements of matter to the earth deserve some more or greater explanation. So, dear friends, there are several verses of the Quran which revealed centuries ago significance of rainwater for life of plants, animals and humans to emerge, sustain and give life to a dead land. The Quran also puts forward logic of restoring life of a dead land by providing it with some life-giving elements through rainwater so that the truth of resurrection of human life on the day of judgment could be understood. The Quran also reveals that rainwater may differ in contents, having variable impact on the land in terms of variety and quality of foliage output. Related verses are shown on the screen, however, some of them are quoted here. Ayat 9 to 11 of Surah Kahf say, "And we have sent down blessed rain from the sky and made grow thereby gardens and grain from the harvest, and lofty palm trees having fruit arranged in layers as provision for the servants, for the men, people. And we have," please note these words, "and we have given life thereby to a dead land." Thus is the resurrection, as dead land can be enlivened. Similarly, resurrection of man after death will happen. So Ayat 11 of Surah Al-Zukhruf says, "And who sends down rain from the sky in measured amounts, and we revive thereby a dead land. Thus will you be brought forth." Accordingly, the human being who has died will be brought forth, will be given life, another life. Ayat 48 to 49 of Surah Al-Furqan say, "And it is He, Allah, who sends the winds as good tidings before His mercy. We send down from heaven pure water so that by it we can bring a dead land to life, and we give it as drink to many animals and people we have created." Ayat 5 of Surah Al-Jasiyah says, "And in the alternation of night and day, and in what Allah sends down from the sky of provision and gives life thereby to the earth after its lifelessness, and in His directing of the winds are signs for a people who reason." Ayat 11 of Surah Tariq says, "By the sky which returns as rain." Ayat 95 of Surah Al-An'am refers to nucleosynthesis, photosynthesis and photodissociation in the words. Just focus. "Indeed, Allah is the splitter of grain and date seeds. He brings the living out of the dead and brings the dead out of the living. That is Allah. So how are you deluded? Why you are confused?" Ayat 60 of Surah An-Naml says, "Who created the heavens and earth, who sends down water from the sky for you, with which we cause gardens of delight to grow. You have no power to make the trees grow in them." Ayat 4 of Surah Ar-Ra'd says, "And within the land are neighboring plots and gardens of grapevines and crops and palm trees, growing several from a root or otherwise, watered with one water, similar water, but we make some of them exceed others in quality of fruit. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who reason, who think. Ayat 33 of Surah Yasin says, and a sign for them is the dead earth. We have brought it to life and brought forth from it grain, and from it they eat. Likewise is the life. So, dear friends, rainwater's chemical composition is quite complex, as it may vary from place to place and season to season, caused by ingredients of local origin or transported by winds from elsewhere. Thus, rainwater keeps on changing chemical composition of respective soil. Rainwater is a mixed electrolyte containing ions like sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, chloride, bicarbonate, sulfate, ammonia, nitrate, nitrogen, iodine, bromine, iron, alumina, and silica. These constituents are subscribed by oceans, lakes, land masses, vegetation, industrial wastes, and volcanic emanations. Chemical characteristic of water is symbolized by the term pH, which means power of hydrogen. Power of hydrogen, pH. It describes concentration of hydrogen ion in a solution in water. It helps in measuring the acidity or alkalinity of a substance. Pure water has pH 7 measure. Its ratio is pH 7, which is considered perfectly neutral. Neither it is acid nor it is alkaline. It is balanced, which is considered perfectly neutral. So, this means it has exactly equal number of hydrogen and hydroxyl ions. Substances having pH value less than 7 are acidic, and those having pH value more than 7 are basic or alkaline. Alkalinity measures the ability of a solution to neutralize an acid. Thus, pure water having pH 7 is neither acidic nor alkaline. It is neutral. Any change of hydrogen atoms in water molecules will cause to change this equilibrium. Suppose of the two water molecules, one gains a hydrogen atom, it will take on a positive charge. If other water molecules loses a hydrogen atom, will become negatively charged. Just imagine. The molecule with added hydrogen atom is called a hydronium ion, and it makes water acidic, and the molecule with reduced hydrogen atom is known a hydroxyl ion, and it turns water alkaline or basic. So, dear friends, the pH of pure water is quite close to the natural pH of human body. Just imagine. The pH of pure water, which is pH 7, is quite close to the natural pH of human body, which is 7.4. A healthy body needs to maintain this level for its best performance. Thus, it keeps on working to restore this balance in case of any abnormal acidic or alkaline intake. Body's ability to maintain balance against the external challenges is called cellular homeostasis. Since the Creator, Allah, was knower of the chemistry of animal and human body primarily composed of water, He managed to circulate throughout the earth pure and fresh water, having the ingredients conducive to the life to sustain, pH 7. Now imagine significance of fresh water in sustaining life was revealed in the 7th century when this information was impossible for a human being to know. Thus it witnesses divinity of the Qur'an without any doubt. So dear friends, as mentioned earlier, ayat 9 to 11 of Surah Kaf and ayat 11 of Surah Az-Zukhruf offer revival of dead land by virtue of rain as a plausible argument in favor of resurrection of human body after death. In the near past, science has witnessed the Quranic revelation that rainwater enlivens the dead land. Rainwater has a much wider outreach. It reaches even to areas where stored water is not available. Moreover, rainwater brings down nitrates, phosphorus, and potassium, which fertilize a dead land, making it alive for plant life. The Quran invites the fair mind, not biased mind. The Quran invites the fair mind to think on this wonder of the divine order. If Allah can bring life to a dead land by changing its chemistry, what can constrain Him? What can hinder Him, stop Him to resurrect a dead human body to life again? Ayat 5 of Surah Al-Hajj reveals Allah's absolute authority on the life, death, then life cycle. Life, death, life cycle. May it be human or it may be land. Note the words. O people, if you should be in doubt about the resurrection, then consider that indeed we created you from dust, then from a sperm drop, then from a clinging clot, and then from a lump of flesh formed and unformed, that we may show you and we settle in the wombs whom we will for a specified term, then we bring you out as a child, and then we develop you that you may reach your time of maturity. And among you is he who is returned to the most decrepit, means old age, so that he knows after once having knowledge nothing. Everything is forgotten at one age. And you see the earth dead and barren. But when we send down upon it rain, it quivers and swells and grows something of every beautiful kind. Let me read last part of the ayat in Arabic. What a beautiful presentation. Mastery of our Lord. وَتَرَى الْأَرْضَ هَامِدَةً فَإِذَا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْهَا الْمَاءَ اهْتَزَّتْ وَرَبَتْ وَأَنبَتَتْ مِنْ كُلِّ زَوْجٍ بَهِيجٍ. Meaning of three words, ahazzat, warabat, waambatat, need special attention. Ahtazzat means queers, to set in motion, come alive, move, stir up. The word rabat means to swell, to raise in body, to increase, to grow in number, develop, fill with air. Then ambatat means sprouting of the soil, to grow, come out of the soil. Taken together, these words precisely explain the changes that occur in the molecular structure of soil during rain, making it fertile for plants to grow. Science has now explained these stages exactly in the same sequence. Curing of soil occurs due to electrostatic charge caused by rainfall on the soil in sufficient amount. Since the water particles move in multiple directions, cause chaotic impact on the soil particles. About it, Robert Brown, a Scottish botanist, found in 1827 that when raindrop falls on the soil, these raindrops cause a kind of shaking and vibration in the soil molecules. Now it is known as Brownian motion, Brownian motion principle after his name. When rain falls, raindrops hit the soil, causing its particles to swell and increase in volume. As a result, these particles serve as water deposits that bring the soil to life. Had the soil not been enabled to hold water and the mineral deposits causing its fertility, the rainwater would have soaked into the earth's deepest parts, having no effect on the plants. When there is enough water in the soil, the seeds become active and absorb nutrients from the held mineral deposits, and thus plants sprout out of the earth. The Quran truly describes this process in 3 words: ahtazzat, warabat, and wa anbatat, as we saw in the ayat, in the verse. This is all the mastery of our Allah. He has told us made us to understand the logic of resurrection with the examples of dead land enlivened by the rainfall. So, dear friends, with this we conclude lecture 305. Please subscribe Idea Foundation YouTube channel to watch videos of previous lectures and join us for the noble cause. Thank you, friends, for participation. Allah Hafiz.